Okay. Das ist halt, ne? Das ist schon cool, aber halt irgendwie auch nicht. Der braucht halt so viel Ausdauer. Und eigentlich will ich die ja nur benommen machen, um Blut von denen zu kriegen. Nein, das war falsch. Gegen Erkältung. Ausdauer brauche ich eigentlich gar nicht so, ne? Naja. Irgendwer Hilfe? Na gut, dann sammeln wir erstmal. Das hier war auch so ein Fehl. Der ist ziemlich cool. Hallo? Achso. So. Ah. Blutspeer. Gesundheit. Nee, den Pflock nicht mehr nehmen. Stufe 32, ey. Schock. So. Ich glaube, das ist eine gute Kombination. Hoffe ich. Okay. Vor 21. Schaden, Ausdauer 30. Was, weil das eine Zweihandwaffe ist? Kann ich hier dann überhaupt ausrüsten? 30 Ausdauer, 30 Ausdauer. Schocken 15. Krass. Ach, ich bin noch bescheuert. Habe ich mir ein Ausdauerserum gebaut. Ich brauche nur das Regenerationsserum. Ah. Okay, können wir unsere... Ein langer und großer Holzstock. Waffenfähigkeit parieren. Waffenfähigkeit Schock. Okay. Ach, krass. Ach, das war anscheinend Marys Zimmer. Hi, Mami. Ein Füller.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Immer wieder ein bisschen merkwürdig, dass das die ganze Zeit nachblinkt. Hello, my friend.
Good evening, sir. Please...
I never judge a man by his title, but by...
Well, I must admit it's good.
Welcome, Dr. Reid.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died.
Really?
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it...
London's lone gourmet.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
How is this?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and one...
Are you not concerned?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation...
Well, that's news then. But I can't...
Is it not a little too...
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fat...
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
What can you...
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city.
Ugh.
I'd be glad.
I must confess, I have quite...
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Natürlich.
I may have...
Das ist ja interessant. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass wir Waffen verkaufen können.
Support the equality between men and women.
Oh, jetzt ist sie ja hier.
Women die too in this war. Women from all countries unite.
Hui. Escalon Club.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
There has been quite a battle here.
Who are you?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
I don't doubt it, ja. Ich denke auch, dass die genügend Kohle haben.
I cannot enter.
Nie kannst du irgendwo rein. fühle mich hier nicht so wohl.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord,
at last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Wir sollten ihn nicht beleidigen.
I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
What is
Okay.
the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the assembly formally and proceed with your
Ich habe das
initiation.
Gefühl, wir wären ganz schön tot, wenn wir nicht,
Fear not. Nothing
wenn wir nicht
fancy nor
accepted hätten.
dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
Spuck hier in dieses
My
Glas.
fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you crown as he did?
Yes,
I will.
I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful.
What?
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
One of us. One of us. Oh.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud...
So why did you really want?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swan...
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation,
I have met peaceful and wise scowls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scowls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how? would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Every night coordinating our defenses.
Ooh.
Lord Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Prewent end their hunt.
Hi. Who are you?
Good evening, Dr. Reid. How does it feel to be this evening?
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you...
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Aloysius.
Are you not...
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you are...
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Is not...
My dear Dr. Reid, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson?
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent
Warum wird er denn kein
to
Vampir?
arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil.
Money cannot solve every...
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in...
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear.
Ah, tötet ihn!
A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for...
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from...
Der ist ein bisschen auf Prass. Haben wir jetzt hier eigentlich automatisch alle... Nee. Aha, die Vampire zählen also nicht zu den Bürgern. Das ist ja interessant. Können wir jetzt eigentlich in jedes Scheißhaus reingehen? Jetzt, da wir a member of the Ascalon Club sind. The heck? What is this? Naja, jetzt haben wir unser Amputationsmesser leider schon so hoch gepusht, dass der Dolch uns jetzt nicht so viel bringt. Ich bin mir nicht ganz schlüssig. Also offensichtlich kann man nicht alle Fähigkeiten erreichen, ohne die Bürger auszusaugen, denn ne, dann ist ja das Spiel immer leichter. Aber es ist schon krass, dass die Levelunterschiede so hart sind. Das ist schon ein bisschen arg.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Untersuche den Bürger auf die Infektion.
Countries unite!
Good evening.
And good evening to
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye.
She's been quite...
Begib dich zum ersten Infektionsherd. In der Nähe des... Ach, der ist die Stütze, war. Ach, der ist die Stütze. Verstehe. Lauf nach vorn.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
This is no place for you, sir. There's one of them.
Ich frage mich ja, wie die uns erkennen. How should they know? Ach so. Ich habe meine Fähigkeiten vertauscht. Okay, Freunde. Ich denke, wir werden uns in der nächsten Aufnahmesession einfach zu diesem Haus begeben. Zu dem ersten Infektionsherd. Und uns dann angucken, was da wohl abgeht. Genau, wir sind ja jetzt eigentlich schon mal ein gutes Stück weitergekommen. Und direkt ist unser ganzes Blut wieder weg. Gut, dann hoffe ich, dass es euch bisher gefallen hat und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao.